everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing American Horror Story Season 5 Hotel Episode 8. We starting off with John and other bystanders are looking at the little girl that just got hit by the car. The truck driver, he's freaking out. He's like, man, by the time I was able to stop, she was already in front of me. I couldn't really do nothing. And John is realizing that he remembers seeing her in one of the little coffins. Y'all know Alex tried to convince him that, oh, there was no coffins here, you was tripping, you was been drunk, you was out your mind. So he goes back to the hotel because he wanted to get some answers about this 10 Commandment killers. So he goes up to Russell Edgerton. Russell Edgerton, he going through some stuff. He on edge. He done just lost the love of his life. He's still heartbroken. He ain't all for getting hemmed up by John right now. But Sally comes along and is like, look here, John, you just back up right now. He ain't the one to be fooled with. So I'm gonna show you some things and help you figure something out. So Sally takes John to this room and he's like, okay, so the killer is in there. She's like, well, not exactly. Like, all the answers that you need are behind this door. So the room happened to be the room of John Patrick Marks. It was his room. It was the room where he killed himself at, which happened at 225. Now, y'all remember earlier on in the season when John would come there and he would just like pass out because I guess they was pumping something in his room and then he wake up at 225. I knew there was a significance to that, but now we're realizing why. So she's like, okay, we got to go behind this armoire and you're going to see some stuff. It's all the body parts that John Patrick Mark has collected from his victims. And after he died, he needed somebody to follow on his killing spree footsteps. And this is when John realizes, oh snap, I'm the killer. And this is when I was like, it was too obvious that it was John, and I'm mad that they made it John. But hey, they could do a little twist of a thing to where they made John believe that he's the killer because the actual 10 Commandment killer somehow up and died. So they need somebody to think that they did it and continue on with the process of the killing. But this is causing John to have a total and utter freak down, like, oh my goodness, I'm this killer that I've been chasing for all this time. What am I going to do? So John's partner, I cannot remember what that man's name is, but anyway, he's at the morgue because, you know, the little girl that killed herself, she was last seen with John, and this is not looking good for his partner. But I might say that little girl looked healthier now than she did when she was a vampire. Because when she was a vampire, she looked all sickly and unhealthy, which is odd since she was a vampire and she was a child, and you would think she would stay to that fresh-looking state, but she was like she led a rough life as, you know, a vampire, but whatever. So John, being all creepy, shows up and like he's trying to tell his partner, look here, dog, I think I'm the killer. Like, I done just got these fresh memories in my head. I think I did it. I think, you know, it started off when I moved into the Hotel Cortez, but the partner's like, you know, that killing started like several weeks before you moved into the hotel, so clearly that can't be it. But y'all was like, you know what? That ain't the first time I've been to that hotel. So John lets him know, yeah, that wasn't the first time I've been to that hotel. It started like 5 years ago. It was this horrible case. His whole family was slain. He didn't want to go home. He just wanted to go get drunk. And the Hotel Cortez was the place he got drunk at. And this is when he first meets John Patrick March. And he's drunk though, but he's noticing that, hey, Mr. March, you sound like you straight out of 1925 and you dressing that way. But regardless of that, I'm still going to talk to you even though this situation seems all kinds of weird. So having getting drunk, he's sitting there talking to John Patrick March, and John Patrick Mark's taking a liking to him because he seems to have a dark aura about him. And John's saying how he's a detective and he's just so mad about all the people getting away with all these heinous crimes and he wish he could do something about it. So, you know, this is like, ooh, John Patrick Mark's like, yes, maybe I found the one that can continue my legacy of killing folks. So he done passed out, you know, Detective John, and James Patrick Marks is like, you know what, he the one, but, you know, he talked to Countess, but Countess was like, yeah, he ain't there yet. But he was like, well, he got some kids, he got a cute little boy, so they didn't devise a plan. We gonna kidnap Holden to push John over the edge so he can continue with the killings that I started and he can finish, and then I can have my whole 10 Commandment killing finished. So I was like, that was odd, but okay. So John spends the next 5 years going through the Hotel Cortez, basically leading a double life. He's going to the Hotel Cortez, hanging out with James Patrick Marks. He's going home, being a family man to his family. All the while, James Patrick Marks is steadily trying to get that inner, killer out of John. But John, he's just not there yet. So this is when the detective's like, okay, you said you in love with this Sally girl. Sally died like 20 years ago, so how you explain that? It's like, well, things happen differently at the Hotel Cortez. That's just the way it goes. And he was like, I killed somebody. Oh boy, that was me. He's like, how was that you? Because, he's like, that was the first time you going. He's like, no. James Patrick Marston's like, well, I'm gonna get you to start killing. I done seen this man come with some little boy that they didn't look like they was related, and I found these pictures. So John went to this dude's house acting like he wanted to buy something, bashes dude over the head, leaves, come back, fixes the crime scene, and then he comes back as a detective. Now, John tries to kill himself because he's overscripting greed. I done just killed somebody. So he tries to hang himself. John Patrick Marks mad at Sally, like, you fit to let this man die, and you know that I want him to, take out my secret mission of, finishing off my killings and whatnot. So he cuts him down. He's like, look here, John, this is what has to be done. There's evil people out in the world that need to be taken care of. And John was like, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm not going to get caught. It's like, well, this is what you going to do. You going to be lead detective on the case so people won't be none the wiser. And I'm like, I guess because John is crazy, he thought this was a good idea. Why are we taking advice from folks? Like, why are you not out doing this? But I guess he realized that he was a ghost but didn't know it. I don't know. It was getting kind of confusing at this point. So his partner is still trying to convince him, look at John, you having a nervous breakdown. All this don't make sense. Because remember when you was at your house or that house where the twin brother that didn't kill their parents, like, you saw somebody. He's like, yes. I realized that I saw myself. I was manifesting into, James Patrick Marks. And he was like, you know what, bruh? We're going to take you back to the psych ward because you sound a little crazy right now. You ain't no killer. That's not in you. And then John just like stabs him and like, thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's wife. It's like, I'll have mercy on you and tell you what else is next if you confess. It's like, you don't deserve Alex. And he just stabs the dude. And then goes back to the hotel. And ours was like, there's like, you seem different. Are you a member now? He's like, yes, I'm a member. She's like, thank goodness, because I didn't know who I was talking to. You coming in all the time one way to the next. But it was this scene where it was James and Sally and that little googly man to be coming out the sheets and looking spooky. And I don't know if that's like James Patrick Marks, controls these people. But he was like, okay, I'm going to protect you from these things and they can hurt other people but not you. And then another thing. All those people that James Patrick Marks killed, wouldn't they, like, ghosts be in the hotel as well since he killed them in the hotel? Or, like, wherever you got killed, that's where you can only stay, which that don't make sense because those two tourist girls, they just wandering around the hotel. And Tristan, I know he was turned vampire, but technically he died. So is his spirit like still in the hotel? These are things that was like I was wondering, like, how does that work? 'Cause I know it's like the first season, that house, you die there, you stay there, you just wandering down there for all eternity, I guess. So like all the people, many of the people he killed at the hotel, like, are they just wandering around or where are they at? I'm gonna need somebody to let me know. So that was the gist of the video. Like earlier I said, I was so disappointed that it was John that was the killer. But it could be like, John did say that he had been drinking some absinthe, and that can make you hallucinate. So maybe they done gave him some of that to make him think that he's a killer because the real killer actually died and they need somebody to finish this off. I don't know, but I was terribly disappointed that he turned out to be the killer. So that's the gist of what happened. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or a video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.